Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Pencil live stream with me, Tom Edwards, the head of content here at Pencil. And this week I am joined by Thad from our product team, product manager for editors. And this week we are talking all about our brand new email editor. So Thad, thanks for joining me. How are you doing?
Thanks, Tom. Thanks for having me. Yeah, feeling pretty good. Having a good day so far. Looks like we both got the dress code.
Yeah, I know. Which is, I was just going to say, this is kind of. I was going to say we kind of look a bit like we might be related as well. I don't know if I don't know if you'd agree with that, but yeah, both dressed identically.
Get the glasses on.
Yeah, perfect, perfect. Yeah, there you go. Do it.
I've got my contacts in already, so I'm ready to
Okay,
go.
yeah, fine. Okay, we don't want to have you extra blurry vision for your conversation with me. So look, thanks for jumping on. We're talking about the email editor, and some perhaps uneducated heathens might think that email editors are not perhaps the sexiest of product features. We are here to prove them wrong today. So we're gonna talk through where the idea came from, what it can bring to people's marketing funnels, and I think just generally how AI has the potential to impact email marketing at a large scale. What people are going to be able to do in the future. We're kind of going to look forward on our product roadmap in terms of what we've got coming as well, which I think could be exciting. But first up, why don't we get started by you giving us an introduction to the email editor and where this came from?
Yeah, sure thing. For those who are unaware of what Pencil does currently or before this tool, and especially in the editing area, you can come to Pencil and you can generate a creative output. So whether that be like a static ad, a video ad, for your marketing campaigns. And what we're talking about today is this new concept of the email editor. So we're adding a new strand of content output that creatives can use Pencil to make. So that's, in this case, a downloadable HTML email file. So to be used in a marketing campaign. So whether you're receiving emails from various brands or campaigns at the minute, and that's the sort of thing you can make with this editor. Tom, give me a shout if I should talk through this like visually. I can give you a description, but also explain to people what Pencil does.
Yeah, great. So, I mean, yeah, I was going to say it would be great to have a little bit of a walkthrough if you're able to share your screen and let
Yeah,
us know
sure.
exactly what it is that we're discussing. So, just to kind of summarize while you tee that up, essentially what we're talking about here is taking assets that you've created with any of the leading models that are all available to you in Pencil, and you can literally just drop them into your email so that you've got something that's super easy to create and you're like leveraging the power of AI to make them much more creative than they would otherwise be. You haven't got to be searching for stock images. You haven't got to be going out and sending photographers. You haven't got to get your designers like mocking up images from various different sources. You're creating that stuff in Pencil using the leading models and then just dragging and dropping it straight into your email.
Yeah, exactly. So currently in Pencil, that whole workflow of AI image generation exists kind of as a standalone, separate image generator, and that's something you can do in Pencil. You create all these assets, as Tom mentioned, and then later you can pull them into the email editor. So I'll pull that up now. So this is the Pencil homepage. You can see all the things that we currently offer. So social creative ads, videos, image generation here. You can also do text generation, and then this is the new one, so email editor. So we'll click on that, and that will load it up. This is the landing page of the new canvas. So when you start here, it's a blank canvas, and a couple of things for those who are maybe more commonly acquainted with Pencil. We have a different chip here, so desktop and mobile view, and then you can also create the content here with this pop-up modal. So what this does is you can add different sections to the canvas in a sort of like vertical way. So if you wanted to add a text or a button or imagery, you can do that, and then it will stack kind of vertically along. So when you open an email on your phone, obviously you can just only scroll vertically through that file. That's natively how they're built. And then you can also have dividers, spaces, and columns. So I'll talk through those in a second individually. But what we have now is the blank canvas. Generally speaking, for those who aren't fully aware of Pencil so far, on the left-hand side, you can talk about text options. your assets where you can store AI generated imagery, and your brand logo, your brand file as well. So this is where you can store your logos, your backgrounds, any brand fonts, colors, and other brand related imagery. And then you can apply that to your email after you've created the basic skeleton. So let's talk about adding content to this. So if you load up this work page as a blank canvas and you want to get started talking about text, you just click on the main plus button and choose text as a section. And what you have here, after you've added this, so you can edit the text using your keyboard, everything like that, copy and paste. And on the right-hand side are the settings for your text. So you can only talk about the desktop version. So if you want to make your copy specific to desktop users, say go onto the online desktop link, or the same for the mobile, you can have mobile specific copy and styling for not only text, but also buttons, assets, dividers, etc. So all of the mobile/desktop options are available across all 6 of these section types. So another thing we have new in this version, and that's capable, so this is built in HTML and the output file is an HTML file. One of the things that's new to Pencil in this way is adding a link. So if you have a button, a CTA, say you're trying to link someone to your shop link, for example, on this button, you can edit the copy to whatever you want to be, like buy now, and then come down to the link section on the right-hand side and enter that destination URL. And then when you're in the output file and you load up the HTML file, it's an interactive file, so you can click on that link and it'll take it to the destination URL. And that's helpful to bring this back one step. The users of this will be creative users, so internal to marketing teams, the creative agencies, people who are building it on a design level. They'll be able to include those links and then hand that off to a developer, a front-end developer who will be building the actual sendable email file. So that will be a front-end developer in-house or somebody you're working with who will then have all the right content that they need to make sure all the links and styling work appropriately. Should we keep going just with the various descriptions of these sections?
Yeah, so I mean, I think what would be great to understand is how like what we do and what we're famous for is AI in marketing, right? So it'd be great to get an understanding of how the AI tools are kind of integrated here.
So this is the beta feature for the email file, and what you can do currently is access assets that are created by AI. So if I want to add an asset here, so this is the way to add an AI generated image or any other asset file that you have. So this one, for example, is a lizard generated selling juice. It's one of my favorite concepts. I use in one of my demos.
Okay, nice.
So anyway, this is an AI generated image. If I were a juice brand and this was my mascot, this would be just one way in the workflow of adding the AI generated imagery. So currently the workflow for the beta version is to generate your imagery, come to Pencil on new work. You can go to the generate image flow or the generate video flow. For email, video probably won't work just because the files are too heavy. But for imagery, you'd go to the generate image and you'd open up the image canvas. And within the generate image flow, you can save your post-generated image to assets. So this is a whole separate feature. I don't know if we want to get into that specifically right now, but the flow currently would be generate an image, bring it to the email editor.
Brilliant. Okay, and yeah, I mean, look, it all seems incredibly straightforward and very useful. So I guess, where did this idea come from? Is it like we're getting requests from clients that people want to be able to integrate AI with their email and they're unable to find solutions? Like, where did the idea come from in the first place?
So the idea came from exactly that. We have clients asking for emails as a media type. That's something that happens in marketing campaigns quite a lot. That's a very regular touch point with users, emailing out notifications, updates, requests, whatever. So that's a media type brands are currently working on and are currently working on outside of Pencil. So teams who are already using Pencil and are looking to maybe like unify their tech stack or how they're getting to the end results, they were looking to do that within Pencil. So there are other tools out there that people are using, but when they're already using Pencil, they're looking to unify their creative teams here.
Great. And who do you think is most going to benefit from this tool? What kind of teams are going to get the most value out of it?
So it's hard to say. It's definitely creative users. I've played around with this a lot myself. We've been building it from the product side, tech side, and then immediately handing it off to creative users internally to Pencil. I've already seen like examples of content that's been built a lot more interestingly, more effectively than just the ones I've been playing around with.
Yeah.
So that's already like brand facing content. So as soon as you put something like this in the hands of the creative users who are kind of at the core face every day, like making interesting stuff, that's when you start to see like really interesting content being made.
Yeah.
It's specifically not a sendable file. That's one of the limitations we have at the minute. So it means that the output file, when you go to the export flow, this is an HTML file that you can't actually send yet. It's just a design concept. So we're definitely out focusing this for design teams at the moment.
Okay, and then you would import that into your email provider and then send it that way.
Yeah, exactly. Or yes, you need a front-end developer at the minute to build that file, send it off appropriately. One of the future updates we're looking to do is making that export, build, and send flow a bit faster.
Okay, great. And yeah, what's our timelines? What's our roadmap? What else is coming in terms of email?
So good question. I'm going to swap over to one I made earlier, just as an example. We can talk about some limitations, some updates. This is an email I received a few weeks ago. I didn't get tickets, unfortunately, but the Oasis
Yeah,
tournament is
same.
happening. So this is one of their, I think this is the first one they did in Cardiff first night, and then they sent out to my email. So I was like, this is a good example of something I could rebuild using the Pencil tool. So this is just how you'd build in Pencil the header using the asset imagery.
So sorry, just so that we're super clear for people watching. So you got this email from Oasis, but you've rebuilt the entire thing. So what we're looking at is the version that you've rebuilt inside Pencil.
Yeah, exactly. It was just an example to like just test, does it actually build stuff that's being used in the professional environment?
Okay, great. And just before you get started on that, are you saving a lot of time? Are you like what? I just want to get kind of drill down on what's the main benefit for people here when they're inside Pencil. Is it that you're just saving a heap of time on building these emails? Is it that you have more options for creativity? What's the kind of the main ROI here for users?
So in this case, I was rebuilding something that already existed. So the concepts, the like planning was already, that was kind of was taken out of it. All of the asset imagery I had to go find myself. But once you're using Pencil for this and you're building it into your workflow of, oh, I already know the concepts, you can, for example, use our AI tool to generate an email release plan and the copy for all of that as well. So you have that ready to go. You can also use the AI generation workflows to pre-build all of your assets to make sure you don't have to go and find the right stuff. You can make sure it's all brand appropriate, all the colors match, all the fonts are appropriate. So all of this stuff that you're seeing on screen now is something I went to go and find and catch up to. So I was mainly worried about the technicals of does the feature itself work? But in bringing it back to the workflow perspective, all of this is something that would be sped up by using Pencil as an end-to-end solution. So starting with the concept, the copy generation, image generation, and in future streamlining that so it's all in one screen effectively. So currently this is the build email screen, and that will all merge through time. So you can do that all in one chat flow.
Excellent. Okay, so you want to talk us through this one then?
Yeah. So this is all. This is just a rebuilt version, and you can see for example, all the links are appropriately matched. And I'll just scroll down to the bottom because it's one of the main things you see at the moment at least in the Pencil email builder is if you're building this email every time, this will all be probably more or less the same. So if you're doing footers across the campaign, you're always going to have the same thing. So sent by Oasis using OpenStage, you'd like to hear from us, but if not, unsubscribe. That link's probably always going to be the same. So are the socials, and most likely some of this copy is as well. Currently, you can't save and like duplicate this like component block. You can duplicate individual sections, but not like you can't like shift select everything. These are all individual components. In the future, we want to get to a place where you can just save on your account, maybe similar to the asset option, like a component library, add footer, add header, and that will speed people's time up a lot. We talked briefly a second there ago about workarounds. So if you wanted to have a workaround for that at the minute, I would suggest once you've built an email that you want to use, go to your work page where it is. You can duplicate in the work page and then just remove the stuff that you don't want. So if you wanted to use this footer again, you could duplicate it, go into duplicate one, and then just delete content as appropriate. So that's one way of kind of getting around the component block problem for now. But we'll make that more streamlined in the future.
Excellent. And what about collaboration? How should teams be managing versioning and collaboration in the tool?
So Pencil, we're considering collaboration kind of as separately as a whole separate concept. And there's a whole collaboration project where comments like verifications, sign-offs are all being handled properly, and that's a future add-on to this to the email, but also the social ads editor as well. At the minute, multiple multiple users in the workspace can all access the same content, and then maybe handle that out externally to the platform for now. This is just the beta version, and then in future we're going to have those more collaborative tools available. What you can do is use the export file. So when you click on export, it downloads the file, and you just use the naming conventions for now to just refer to the same content.
Awesome. Okay, and so can people get started today? Can everybody get started? When we're in beta, what's the distribution on this?
Yeah, so anyone with Pencil access can sign up via the. So anyone with Pencil access can sign up. What you need to do is go to the Pencil page from the homepage or anywhere in the platform, go through settings, beta features, and turn on the email editor option. So I already have it turned on anyway, but you'd come through, click it, enable feature. And once you've enabled that feature, you can't turn it off. But that's just the only update there. So you can turn it, come in, and turn it on via beta basically. And once you've got it in as well, the export feature as well, that's the main way of getting it out to people. So once you've come in, made your thing, and then you can export it out as an HTML file.
Wonderful. Okay, so look, is there anything else on this that we haven't covered? Anything I should have asked you that I've neglected to do, or anything that you just want to get out there on this feature?
I don't think so. There are a couple of other things that we're planning to build in the future, or at least validating, and that is the wider Pencil development of agents. So currently, if you're already across Pencil, we have the concept of agents where you can build and
we did a stream on it last week or the week before last. So anybody who wants to know more about agents on Pencil can just check out that stream on our LinkedIn or our YouTube page. But yeah, do carry on.
Perfect. So I mean, I'll link back to Tom's previous stream. But so the agent flow, that's something we're going to add to this to the email editor in the future as well. So again, it's just the beta version, and in future the agents will come through, and that'll be a good upgrade.
Okay.
And similarly, you'll notice in the navigation bar here, we don't have the feeds tool. Another thing that's quite popular with Pencil users is the ability to take one piece of content finished, ready for consumption, and then turn it into various other versions, variate it by language, localization, personalization. That's a tool we haven't yet developed here, but that's another add-on that we're going to consider in future.
Okay, wonderful. Great. Well, look, I think that's everything from me. Is there anything else from you other than what we've already discussed?
I don't think so. One of the things we didn't touch on brilliantly was the desktop versus mobile view, which maybe I'll just give a quick update on now. So if you're building for desktop mainly, you can see in the preview at the top, this is the desktop view, but you can switch to the mobile view and see all your mobile specific edits. So in this case, I hid the main asset, so you can go to the hide on the bottom here. And in the mobile view, I've added this separate thing. So this is hidden for desktop, but it's available for mobile. So this is just another way of making your content more dynamic for the end user context. So mobile versus desktop in this case.
Right. And those pictures of Liam and Noel are not AI generated.
Yeah, these are real. These are yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Great. Okay. Wonderful. Well, look, everybody, if you're a Pencil user, jump in, switch on the beta, give it a test, and then hit us up in the comments across all of our social media. You can stop sharing screen, by the way, Thad, if you want to. Please do hit us up across social media and let us know what you think about it. Please let us know if there's anything else that you want to see inside Pencil that is not there yet. We love your feedback, and make sure that you tune in to these streams. We're here every single Tuesday. We're talking product, we're talking creative. Next week, we're going to be talking InfoSec. So hit up your InfoSec people, your procurement people, all of that good stuff. We're going to be talking about InfoSec in the age of AI and the challenges and opportunities associated with that. So it's one that you won't want to miss. Make sure you hit the subscribe button on LinkedIn, on YouTube, find us on X and Instagram, and we will see you next time. Thad, thanks so much for joining me.
No, thank you.
Cool. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.